Happy Thanksgiving. I wanted to send a thank you out from Bridge the Gap. Thank you to everybody who helped make last week's events possible. And this does not even begin to convey the sentiments behind those two very simple words. However, I do want to sincerely thank every person, group, organization who helped make each event last week a resounding success. First, I would like to thank every SYNGAP1 family who contributed their time and willingness to share their personal SYNGAP1 journeys and comments for both the International SYNGAP1 Conference and externally led patient-focused drug development meeting. Your contribution last week will help bring real recognition and validation of the struggle, challenges, impact, and hopes affecting those living with SYNGAP1, their families, and caregivers. I do believe that along with the recognition and the validation of the SYNGAP1 community and what it will receive, it will also accelerate the new research efforts to help those living with SYNGAP1 related symptoms. Next, I would like to sincerely thank Dr. Connie Smith-Hicks, Dr. Gavin Rumbaugh, and Dr. Jimmy Holder for co-chairing the Young Investigator Career Development Workshop and International SYNGAP1 Conference, as well as their invaluable contributions to the externally led patient-focused drug development meeting. Dr. Connie, Dr. Gavin, and Dr. Jimmy have all been instrumental in the structure, the design, and success of the international conference. Our 2020 Young Investigator Workshop and Conference was no exception, as their respective SYNGAP1 clinical and research expertise, commitment of time and efforts to the SYNGAP1 community have elevated each conference to a higher level of recognition and esteem within the global SYNGAP1 research community. I wanted to extend a special shout out for all our conference moderators for all your help and support during the International Conference and Young Investigator Career Development Workshop. I also wanted to thank Dr. Zhang Ho Cha and Dr. Vicki Whitmore for their presenting their expert knowledge in our last panel, Future of SYNGAP1 Treatments. I am also externally grateful for Dr. Connie and Dr. Jimmy's contributions for the SYNGAP1 externally led patient-focused drug development meeting. Their respective presentations provide expert commentary on the current state of SYNGAP1 clinical understanding, available treatments, and the status of current SYNGAP1 research. I am confident that their contribution will be recognized and have a positive impact on lives of those affected with SYNGAP1 within the clinical and scientific global community for decades to come. I also want to thank Dr. Vicki Whitmore, Program Director with the NINDS and the NIH, for her invaluable support and guidance as we worked to put last week's events together. Her feedback on the U13 grant, along with her rare disease knowledge, contribution with logistical planning, and speaking during the conference are hard to quantify and are gratefully appreciated. Speaking of appreciation, I would also like to thank our amazing sponsors for their support of the 2020 International and externally led patient-focused drug development meeting. Their support and funding for events like this and the reason Bridge the Gap has the resources to hold such wonderful programs like these that also benefit the SYNGAP1 community. And I would like to give a shout out to each one of our year's sponsors who helped us raise over $100,000 to put these meetings together this last week. Greenwich Biosciences, GW Pharmaceuticals, Zogenix, Loyola Foundation, we had an anonymous donor, Novartis Therapeutics and Pharmaceuticals, Shell Oil Companies, employees helping others in their HERO program, Lundbeck Pharmaceuticals, Income Research Management, I Take Control, Ovid Therapeutics, and Rehab Metrics. In addition, we are very appreciative for the NIH NINDS grant for the support for a Young Investor Career Development Workshop. That support also includes the coordination with Texas Children's Hospital, Baylor College of Medicine, Kennedy Krieger Institute, Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, and Scripps Research Florida. Moving on, I would like to express our sincere thanks to Will Llewellyn with the FDA. His expert guidance and support he provided us and planned and helped host the SYNGAP1 externally led patient-focused drug development meeting. This meeting was a culmination of almost 2 years of planning with Will. Also, we would like to thank Dr. Michelle Campbell for her presenting at our meeting, stressing the importance of patients and families to be involved in the drug development process and the role that they play in helping FDA understand these types of diseases and disorder and how we live and cope with them on a daily basis. We cannot thank you enough and all of the FDA for helping us bring this meeting to fruition for the benefit of every single SYNGAP1 patient, family member, and caregiver from all over the world. I must also thank the amazing James Valentine and Larry Bauer for sharing their expertise and guidance with planning and bringing to life the SYNGAP1 internationally led patient-focused drug development meeting. Their combined expertise with the ELPFDD meetings and the FDA truly helped us provide a deeply meaningful experience for all attendees while highlighting the needs of SYNGAP1 patient, families, and their caregivers. 2020 brought a lot of challenges, none bigger than the pandemic. The impact of the 2020 pandemic on daily life and scheduled events is almost too difficult to express or even comprehend. Thus, I must thank Dudley Digital Media for their talented staff, John Dudley, Eric Quigley, Kyle Roderick, Corey Williams, and all that were behind the scenes there, helping us pivot from an in-person platform meeting to our 2020 virtual live stream interactive platform. Their professionalism, the coordination of speaker presentations, and persistent behind-the-scenes efforts, ensuring delivery of a high-quality virtual workshop, conference, and meeting experience for all involved last week. I also want to thank Connor Murray from the Kennedy Krieger Institute for his amazing positive attitude and behind-the-scenes assistance and the support of our 2020 conference external Zoom sessions that included the Young Investigator Career Development Workshop breakout session for clinical researchers, and then the Neuro Gut Study Smurf Cake kickoff meeting, and the assistance with the externally led patient-focused drug development meeting and all of the polling sessions. Last but not least, I must thank the following individuals from Bridge the Gap for their continuing support, assistance, and guidance. They each diligently worked to plan coordinating events and participate in our 2020 events for the benefit of all SYNGAP1 stakeholders. Charles Bergamo, chair of Bridge the Gap. He was responsible with planning and the on-air host for our Young Investigator Career Meeting and our international workshop. Leslie Baldwin Ruthven, I couldn't have done this without you. We couldn't have done this without you. She was the 2020 Planning Committee chair, website administrator, Young Investigator Workshop Conference, and the ELPFDD meeting materials writers and communication coordinator. True Kirkbride, 2020 Conference and Meeting Planning Committee member. He provided immense support with workshop and conference planning and communication. He also provided expert guidance and input for us to use the Slido interactive communication app for the Young Investigator Workshop and Conference. Jamie Robertson, I appreciate all your clinical expertise in drug development and providing us that expert knowledge around how to organize the topics, and also all of our surveys, feedback surveys that went in to the conferences. Angela Ides, our first master's fall intern. We are so thankful for all her contribution to help us with the logistics on both the meeting and behind the scenes running the organization while everybody else was doing everything else. Her support provided also specifically to our Neuro Gut Study, helping the researchers and myself and our legwork to help design and find resources for our Smurf cakes, and the meeting logistics was just phenomenal. We can't thank you enough, and good luck on your master's and completing your master's degree. As you can see, the events of this past week were a culmination of a large team of people coming together to make this all possible. I am so appreciative for every person's contribution, both big and small. In closing, While 2020 presented a long list of many, many challenges, I am so grateful and proud of all the accomplishments we were able to achieve. And I humbly, in a Texas, thank y'all for all your dedication and assistance and support. We are looking forward to 2021. We have exciting new announcements and partnerships that will lead us to future clinical trials to announce. We are so excited, and may God bless all of you. Stay well, and again, thank you for all of your support and love.